What's up, guys? Duck here. Welcome back to the stream. Alright, so I know I said we're gonna do stocks, which we are, but just real quick, covering Bitcoin. Got our reaction bounce, right, that we were looking for. So we got this really nice, if you let me zoom way in on this so you can kind of see. If you look at this, let me even get rid of the target there. If you look at this, it's almost like, almost pretty much textbook, you know, swing low failure pattern here, where you have this initial low on price, the the hammer kind of main low on price, right? And then this higher low. So it just this swing failure pattern. Like that's pretty much what you want to see in that point. Let's see if there's another really good example of it. Like right here, see where you have this low on price and then this higher low. This is a pretty good swing failure pattern right here. Okay, I mean, so is this, but yeah, so look what we're dealing with right now, right? Okay, and then we engulfed, right? Didn't even have really a wick out the bottom of this. As soon as that candle opened, it just went up the entire 4-hour candle. It opened it opened at 33K, and that candle just went all the way up to almost square up this previous level. Whoops, just shy of it, but it went up to 35, from 33 to 35. So you had a $2,000 candle, bam, and then you had this follow through price action up to 35.5. Currently you're sitting at 35. So yeah, really nice price action there, and follow through price action as well. Okay, so now we need to hold, and this is how we're gonna get to this level. Does this mean that this is the top? No, it just means that we're gonna have a severe reaction up there. Okay, is it possible to keep going? Sure. Is it possible to sell off and keep going? Sure. But, whoops, no. Sorry, hit full screen on accident. Is it possible to just blow right through this? I mean, a lot of things can happen up here, but I just think we have to be very mindful of it when we get there, okay? And it's really too early for us to know. But ideally we're aiming for this square up that you see back over here from May 12th at 55 or at 54.5. Okay, so let's see if we could get up there or not and go from there. Okay, but so far we're looking good. We just need to hold and keep maintaining the follow through price action to the upside. All right, ETH. Okay, same thing. We kind of got our low that we were hoping that was it. Relief rally. Okay, so ideally we're gonna come up here and find some resistance at this first kind of congestion area. Okay, so 2500 resistance. We find a little area there. We sell off, maintain a slightly higher low, inverse head and shoulders, neckline, get back up to it. Second time's a charm, which is actually third time. 1, 2, this would be the third time, right? Okay, so ETH following Bitcoin per usual, looking good. The low was 17.25, and you were already up to 2200 again, so you've already rallied 27% off the low in the past 12 hours. Litecoin's kind of lagging behind there. So maybe nice little swing low failure pattern on Litecoin as well here. So maybe still an opportunity for somebody to grab a little Litecoin because it's kind of per usual lagging behind, right? So ideally you don't want to see Litecoin lose this area, right? You don't want to see that's pretty much at 120. So you just don't want to lose 120 again, right? So fairly tight stop. Point of invalidation, you know what I mean, right below you. So decent risk to reward here because your targets are going to be, ideally your target is going to happen when Bitcoin hits its target. So put it that way. But ideally it's going to be something up here with this previous support resistance area or this square up above it, okay? So this area here on Litecoin seems appropriate for the time being. Let me make that a little clearer. Dunk and dunk. Okay, there you go. Between 265 and like 300, but again we don't really know yet because it's going to be up to Bitcoin, right? When's Bitcoin going to say that's enough? Litecoin's going to have that same area of resistance, okay? Cypher-esque 786 is right there. What are the odds, right? 786 on a Cypher would be right here. Cypher, because you have around a 50% retracement on the B from the initial impulse down, retrace 50% of the way back, then you sold off between the 1272 and the 1414. This would have a 786 target, and which is almost a 1618 there as well. Look, the 1618 is right here. Look at this. So yeah, and that's like the 886. Look at that, 886. So you're going to probably sell off or at least get back to that area, right? If anything. So, but when you get there, be careful of it because, yeah, that's going to be a D shark cipher-esque area where you could sell back off, okay? So, and if Bitcoin's at 55K at that same time, be careful, right? That would confirm that the bear market is the bear market. Okay. Ugh. Gross. Okay, so let's clean this up a little. Man, this shark on AVAX hit that 113 and that was it. It never that was absolutely it. Whoa. A lot of times we like to see that hold up here and try to morph into that 5-0 and come back, but Bitcoin just kept nuking and this just sold right back out of this little wedge, right? Man. And there's your like 70% development, right? You never make it all the way to the apex of the wedge. You just made it like 70% of the way there, right? You never finished, the whole, pattern, right? 70% of the way there, you fell out below it and sold off again. Bear flag up, sold off again. So, gross. Well, already, we could identify a couple areas like potential square up areas, okay? So there's 2 potential square up areas there. Let's clean this up for now, just so we don't get confused with what we're doing. So if we did fib from the high to low, okay? If we fibbed from the D high up here to this low, those square ups, one of them is right here at the 382, okay? And the other one is up here around the 618, okay? So let's delete the fibs, and you can see where the fibs overlaid and kind of aligned with these square ups. So then you could look at X, A, B, 50% retrace. This will be a shark, 886, 886, 886. 886 would be here. Okay, so ideally what this is saying then is we're going to have this as an area of interest. Might sell off, but we need to get back above that. Okay, maybe this is where you paint that like head and shoulders, right? But then it breaks to the upside and you get to the next target. Okay, and then here maybe you chop around and then you sell off, or you shoot up one more time and you end up at that 886, $36. Okay, $36, 886. So at this point I would say these are more areas of interest. Area of interest in white, and area of interest in white, and the target more being the one in the green. Okay, clean this up a little bit. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, something like that. And again, as we're approaching each of these levels, depending how long it takes you to get up here, right? If you putter along and no bids are coming in, and it takes you too long to get here, and Bitcoin's already at 55, you may never make it here or here, right? So you have a window right now. Bitcoin's giving you from right now till 55. Do what you got to do. And then that might be it again, right? You might rug again. So if a bear market's in, we're going to put in a lower high, right? We're going to put in a lower high. We have to break the highs to prove otherwise. But if we put in a lower high, 55, you know, that's 10 grand shy of the previous high at 65. That would make sense. FTM looks pretty similar. Okay, so maybe you see some kind of structure develop where, again, we rally up, hit this square up area and start to develop a neckline. Okay, and then we sell off slightly again, sell off probably six, you know, to the 618, 50% maybe, right? Make a slightly higher low, and then we run back up to this neckline, and then this is where we can break it, right? Hold it, and then rally again up to this higher level. Okay, and this would at this point give us some kind of structure. Okay, where we had this low, the current lower low, and then a slightly higher low here, right? We'd also build some kind of neckline structure, and we'd have some kind of square up target area up here. Okay, so let's see if we can get back to the 65 cents area. First we got a SR flip 42 cents, and you're sitting at 26 cents. You do not want to see this low lost here at 17 cents. Okay, so you know, if you were doing some kind of targeting, jumping in right here, you can have a stop just below this low, target this first level initially, right? And then you can have a second target for this second square up, and, you know, depending, maybe you even keep a little 10%, 20% little moon bag for up here. Okay, just depends how long it takes you to play out on FTM before Bitcoin hits the wall, right? 55. But hey, maybe Bitcoin surprises us at 55 and says, you know, that we can have a little bit more than that. So we'll just have to see, right? FTT is gonna look very similar here in price action. Yeah, FTT is gonna look really similar here. Where previous long entry area, we fell right into that. That was from something else even, I think. I don't know. All right. So same thing here. Look, we have this initial low right here that we painted, okay, back on like May 19th, right? The initial sell off. And then we had the current past 12 hours ago low. Doesn't feel like it, but I guess it was. Okay. So we're going to be looking to get back up above this $32 area, okay? So we need to rally up, hit this first square up area, okay? Rally up there, but we need to flip it. But maybe we just kind of, somehow we just end up in this kind of pocket where we just make this change in price action, right? Okay, so we also, maybe we even rally up higher, right, to this area and sell back off into this one, okay? And then this is where we could paint our neckline structure. We then get back above this, okay, and this is where we would target this first area de resistance. Well, I guess second one, this will be that first one. Second one, $50, right? $50 area on FTT again. So we're gonna have to flip 40 though, right? We gotta flip 40. Makes sense, right? Flip 40, get above it, you go to 50. So if you can get back above 50, you maybe can go to 60, okay? But if not, you're gonna come right back to 40. So critical areas, of course, psychological round numbers. FTT. SNX, similar. Everything looking really similar on these alts, okay? Low on price. Slightly lower low on price. Looking for some kind of higher low to maintain, right? Rally up. Sell back off. Rally up again. This time you hold. Hit the highs. Some kind of neckline structure here, okay? And, it ends up being like a measured move too, where this just paints itself up, right? It just rallies itself up a level up, okay? And this could be a higher low like that. It doesn't have to come as low as this wick, but it could come as low as this wick and just even up there. Look at that, would be a square up with where you are. So that could happen, yes, but it could also maintain a higher high. We'll just have to see, right? See where your rejection happens, and then we can fib from the current swing low to wherever you reject, and we can get some fib retracement levels, and we can see which one of those makes sense for our higher low, and we can see if we hold that, and then if so, we rally again, okay? So we're looking for higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, until we change that, okay? Until we change that structure, we're fine, right? So we just need to develop some kind of upsloping channel, upsloping trend line, and make our way back up to previous levels, okay? So one step at a time. That's all we could do right now, okay? XLM, nice little relief rally, okay? We got this low. Low. The May 19th low. 12 hours ago, the low. And somewhere in space here, we're going to end up putting in another one, okay? So let's see how long we rally. Probably up here. $48. 48 cents. Sell off again. Okay. Paint this slightly higher low. Rally back up. Hold. Break above. and go. Okay, so something like this on, whoops, wrong one, there we go. Okay, something like that on XLM. Okay, eventually we need to get back to 50 cents, flip 50 cents. If so, we have some target areas for sure, one being 65 cents, right? We'd really like to see this just keep going to 65 cents, okay? But we got some work to do, but so far so good. This is really nice price action, guys, where this low, lower low, followed by this engulfing back up. Really, really nice swing failure pattern, okay? Initial little area of congestion overhead is occurring, okay? Right now, we're there. So first boss number one is like right now. Boss number two is up here. Maybe he beats you once, you got to go back down, fight boss one again, and then you make your second attempt and you win the second fight, okay? Which is actually strike one, strike two, the third fight, excuse me. But that is lumens, stellar lumens. Okay, that concludes the crypto section. Maybe we'll hit Bitcoin right at the end one last time, but now we're on to the stonks. So this is the SPY SPY. Okay, so 4-hour chart painting some decent little structure here where we had this initial low on May 12th, okay? And then now we have this slightly higher low on May 19th, okay? So this structure painted a decent little neckline. It's also painting a butterfly crab-esque price action. And all we're targeting initially is the 1272, which is just simply fibbing from our X high to our A low. And you could see this 1272 target area. It's also the same area of this measured move, okay? So we have this little target zone that we'd like to just see hit first, okay? So that's going to be our next area of interest. Initially, in order to get there, look, we do have this square up, okay? So is it possible we sell off one more time, then we go? Sure. But mainly, we just have to flip. We have to flip this 415 area, 415 area on SPY, okay? And it's possible that right here, you would paint some kind of hidden bullish divergence if you did get that little sell-off gap fill, okay? But do you have to do it like that? No. You can just simply, break right above this, back test it right away, and just start rallying, okay? So you don't have to fill this gap right away. Just know it's there. It's small, but it's there, right? Sometimes you'll just, come right into it, come right back up out. So it doesn't have to be for long. Just close the gap, right? Apple, 4-hour Apple, similar price action, right? Where we have this initial low, and now we're painting a higher low. We've gotten some kind of neckline-esque structure developing here. Previous support failed, rallied, held above, failed, resistance, support, right? Definitely area being regarded, okay? So this area, we need to get back above it, okay? Need to get back above it. You have a small gap right here. Maybe you come down one more time and then you go, right? Either way. If we can get above it, you can paint some kind of, whoops. You can paint some kind of X, A, B, C. Initially you're gonna have this 886, all right? So first you deal with the 886. If you can break the 886, if you can break the 886, you can see the 1272. Okay, so that would be up here, 1272. Boom, right there. So initially you have this 886. Then you have this 1272. Then you have this 1414, right? 1414, right there. 1414 area. And lastly, 1618, golden mean ratio, final destination. If you can get it and have the momentum, and the money printer continues to go burr, that's maybe you get some kind of real rally on Apple. We'll just have to see how that ends up playing out. Let's see if we could see this on the daily. Yeah, very possible. You'd be sweeping the highs here. Let's see, on the daily, you're almost doing this on an even larger structure, right? Where you have that initial low, this higher low, right? Neckline is this first target where we're at, okay? So the 886 would be your neckline on the larger structure. Measured move from the low to the neckline would paint you well above everything. Larger X, A, B, C, D1272 is measured move on the larger structure, okay? So looking like possible rally here for Apple is in store. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, let me just grab a quick drink here. Okay, so yeah, Apple looking good. As far as like, okay, so this measured move would be another target area, 150. If you can get 150 and you still have steam, I mean, you might get the 1618 at that point, right? And your final stop would be 162, okay? That's a lot of targets. So look, it's probably going to be something like this. You end up just getting these initial ones, okay? You sell off back to this previous support, you hold, this time you break through them, and then that's when you end up there, okay? So Apple, in my opinion, would do some kind of price action like this. Simply due to the lower time frame structure, right? Look at this previous neckline area that you're regarding again. But it's a low, higher low. Previous neckline rallied up, hit a measured move from low point. Look, from the low point, you hit this measured move, okay? boom, hit it, and now you sold off, but you painted a higher low, and then now you're rallying again. Okay, so pretty good stuff here on Apple. This is Qualcomm. Okay, so again, we had this low on price, and now we're painting a higher low. Okay, initial low, higher low. We have a pretty defined neckline structure. Okay, measured move is taken like this. Okay, so we take this measured move, we copy it. Whoops, let me do it again. No, right here. Measured move, copy it. Why is it doing that? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm just gonna steal this one and bring it right up here. There you go. All right. 155, 15% measured move. From where you are, it's even further, right? Because you're down here. So it's really a 18.3% target, and you don't want to lose these previous lows. Okay, your invalidation is below 122. So if you were to take a long here, you would be targeting this area here, stop like this, 2.74 to 1. Okay, and if you're fibbing this from the high to low, you have the 786 and this square up, kind of not square up, gap fill. Actually the gap's even bigger. The gap's up here at the 886. So it's possible you get this all the way up to this gap fill and get yourself 3.5 to 1. Either way, you should be decent for this kind of area here. Okay, on Qualcomm on the daily. Okay, so nothing crazy, but yeah, I mean, decent little possibility here on Qualcomm. We have a request for VIAC, and basically we were seeing this double bottoming possible structure. Let's zoom way down in, right? Let's get in here. Okay, so we have this initial low on price, swing low failure, bullish engulfing, right? Really nice structure. Let's get like about in there. Okay, low on price back on April on 420, and then the earnings low on May 6th. Okay, you've now painted this neckline-esque structure that you're at, basically approaching. You do have this nasty little gap below you, so you need to hold this. If you reject here, you're going to come fill this gap at 39. Okay, but don't freak out if it happens. Okay, so if you reject here, you'll come back, fill this gap. It'll still be a higher low, okay, than this previous low. Still be a higher low, and then ideally you rally again, and this is where you break it. Okay, so nothing to worry about yet, but so far looking like a decent possibilities, because I mean, man, what a dump, right? Even just a simple golden retrace is going to be massive here. Golden retrace being between the 382 and the 618 here. Okay, so you have a 25% just golden zone. Okay, let alone from where you are, that the neckline to the top of the golden zone, that's 84% move. Okay, and you have a really nice invalidation area where you have this Bukowski double bottom. Okay, so you don't want to lose this low at 37. So if you entered, yeah, you're entering a little high, but what you could do is you can layer in here, right? So say you layer in yellow, you can layer in between, basically where we are and the gap. Something like this. Okay, does that make sense? So you can layer in, break your order up into, into sections. Okay, maybe 4 orders, maybe 5 orders. Okay, limit orders, and you can see if you get some kind of gap fill or not, and then go. And then you would get the ultimate optimal entry, dollar cost averaged in optimal entry, right? Or you just get in here on some spot and set this stop below the lows, right down here, like 36. Okay, and you're targeting the bottom of the golden zone, and then you can have a second target at the top of the golden zone. Okay, so something like this. And if you wanted, you might even get, depends how patient you are, this gap fill. Fib it from the high to the low. Let me get up that higher. From the high to the low here. That gap fill is between the 786 and the 886, the deep retrace levels. So it is possible to find yourself up in that area. Yeah. That's how it would look on VIAC. But again, guys, this is the boomer stonks. This could take a while to play out. Okay, this is a daily time frame. So you just need to be patient on this asset if you're gonna play it. Okay. This is ABMD. There's the ticker, ABMD. Okay, so we have some sort of harmonic structure being painted. X, A, B, C, D. This is very much so one of those situations that we talked about yesterday or this morning, I think, where we said on Bitcoin we had this overlapping area where we had a cipher and a shark. But before that, I told you about an X, a 50% retrace, 786, and then 886, because the 50 would be a bat. But then I also said, well, this looks very similar to Gartley, except the Gartley has a lower B, more of a 618, but it has a higher D, 786. But when you look at them in overlapping form, they're very, very much one, okay? Very, very similar pattern completion areas where you have this little tight little box like this, okay? See that? So that's what happened here, okay? So you have this mix of a Gartley and a bat, okay? Where the bat has the 886 for the D and the Gartley would have the 786, okay? So here's your two zones, and that's where you got your that's where you got your move, right? Your change in momentum, change in price, right? So this is really, really nice here. This could set up for some potential decent move to the upside here. So we would fib from the C to D, and we would fib from the A to D. Okay, and right here we have an overlapping 1272 1618 area, okay? Right here. Oops. See that, guys? Where the 1272 and the 1618 overlapping fibs. So if we zoom in on that area, let's target it like this. Between 416 and 420. Okay, two 420s already on the stream. That would be ultimate target area on this price action. So if you were entering here, stop would be below the previous X low back here. Stop below this X, target 1 C. Okay, so target 1 is this C area. That's what I'm trying to say. Target 2 is the A. And target 3 is the area between the 1272 and that 1618 that we identified, okay? So that's how you would layer out on ABMD, okay? ABMD. Targets, stonkies. Cisco Systems, this one is looking a little bit bearish okay, so this is that crucial area where you've hit the 886, okay? So you could get this bat reaction here, where it brings you back to this previous neckline area of the structure, okay? So you can get a potential sell off here, back to this square up maybe even, right? And you end up holding here, still ends up being a higher low, right? You get this hidden bullish divergence and then you rally again. So if that holds there, ultimately you could end up getting this up to the 1272 and still being structured as a butterfly now, okay? That would put you up at $65. So you would need to hold that 46 area, okay, if you're gonna find yourself at 65 on Cisco. But so far so good, looking decent. You like these, you gotta like this, low on price with this higher low on price like this, right? Later, like I said, be looking for the hidden bullish divergence to develop in this area. Okay? Western Union is in the same boat, okay? Western Union is either going to start dumping and it's over for Western Union. Bitcoin's taking over from here, right? Or bidders step in at this previous neckline area, okay? Bidders step in, you end up rallying again, okay? It's possible here. It's all about the follow through price action, okay? So let's see if you can paint some kind of higher low here, right? Some kind of higher low here. You end up getting the 1272, okay? Same thing, right? If you do 1272, it would be around $31, $30 area on Western Union. And I mean, it's even possible you rally from there and you get the 1618 as your ultimate high target at $35. So between 31 and 35 is your overhead areas, but you gotta hold this area here. You have to have the SR flip what was previous resistance, right? This previous resistance area, you have to flip it now into support. And if you can do that, then, you have a chance to rally to the upside, okay? Western Union. Here we go. This one, QTT, okay? QTT. So, we've been watching this for a while, and it's like you're getting this, so watch these lows, okay? And then let's go to the oscillators and check this out. See what's going on here. So, you have these just like three falling valley. I'm not sure what it's more just like a falling wedge, okay? Like this. Here we go. Okay? So you're just in this channel, this structure, okay? And your momentum is starting to shift pretty dramatically here, okay? Boom. Boom. Okay. So momentum is shifting. Momentum shifting structure. Okay. RSI needs to start holding up here. It's the only thing we're kind of lacking on the daily. But yeah, I mean, we got this area that was once this area right here that was previous support, resistance. Now we're back at it, okay? We're just back in that same zone, all right? So if we can flip this area, we're going to be looking really decent here. On the weekly, you're painting hidden bullish divergence as well. Okay. So you had this initial negative momentum island, and now this much higher, larger level of negative momentum. Okay. At the same time, your price is putting in a higher low. Okay. So that's hidden bullish divergence on both the RSI and on the MACD on a pretty significant weekly time frame. Okay, so that's really nice to see. Same thing on the 3-day. The 3-day hidden bullish divergence, okay? On the MACD and on the RSI, you're showing bullish convergence. Okay? So all your time frames, all of your significant time frames are starting to rally together. Okay? Huge upside reward with very minimal downside risk because your stop is right here below this previous low. Right here. Okay? So really minimal downside with much upside. Much upside, okay? And this could go high, right? But I mean, just initial target square ups is 100%, right? Move just on spot, okay? So something that I'm going to be getting into. Okay, so we have a request for the metals, gold and silver. So we posted this quite a while back on gold. I could look for the Twitter post somewhere, but it's in there. Basically we bought this breakout. We identified these lows, right? We had these the Bulkowski double bottom, okay? And we then had this downsloping trend line breakout, right? Break, back test, and now we're rallying. And we are on a 3-to-1 measured move, or 3-to-1 risk to reward from entry. Target 2000 on gold, 786, 2000. This is a bearish cipher. From here, we're going to rug shift again. But for now, the old man gets to talk a little bit of smack. Similar action on silver, okay? Silver, target $34, overhead from high to low. 1618 golden mean ratio would give us $35 on silver. Even conservatively, you can say 1272 and then you can go to 618, okay? To 1618. So you can have two targets on silver. The initial and then the secondary. Okay? Two targets like this. So 32 and then 34. Currently you're sitting at 2750. Yeah, that's silver. So, all right, back to Bitcoin. Let's see how we're doing on the low time frame. We posted this right here. So, from our rocket ship, we're up 8.5% from our green moon candle. Okay, we said we have to hold this level. We're at that level. We held that level. We hit this resistance that we thought we would as well, okay? So we're right here in no man's land. We might sell back off. But do we have to? No. But if we do, we need to paint a higher low, okay? So here's our initial low. Okay, if we sell off again, we just have to maintain a higher low. It would be fine, just like we said. Then we rally up again and do it the second time. But right now, we've painted and are hitting this neckline resistance, okay? We must flip the level 35. We must flip this 35k area into support. All right. After that, we're gonna have this area of congestion to deal with here at 38. And then after that, we have this square up at 42, 41 area. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna get a quick. Done. All right. So far so good, okay? Initially stop is below 27. Pretty soon here you're going to be able to even raise it up to like below the 30k. You could do it now if you want. It just, give it time to breathe. Even after that, you're going to be able to raise it up below the D, okay? And then after that, you'll be able to raise it below this higher low, wherever it ends up being, okay? So just one step at a time, but, you could even have two stops, split it in half. You could have one stop partial below 30k, another one below 27. There's different ways to average yourself out. You don't always have to exit the entire position. Just depends how large it is, right? And the leverage. So, okay guys, yeah, that was the stream for the evening. Hope you guys enjoyed. We just need Bitcoin to flip this 35.5. Just hold 35 even, right? So, critical areas. Let's see what happens, see how this plays out, and just take it from there. All right? So, have a good rest of your evening, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. All right? Duck is out. Peace.